The flight was supposed to be routine, just another journey in the sky. But for one black triplet, everything shifted in a single humiliating moment. A flight attendant's sharp eyes and cold judgment turned an ordinary seat into a stage of public shame. Whispers grew, stares lingered, and the sense of injustice wrapped tighter than the seatbelt across his chest. He hadn't done anything wrong, yet the accusation stung like a knife. Was it because of his skin? Or because he didn't look like he belonged? What unfolded next would shock everyone on board. Watch until the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Miles Johnson, one of 3 black triplets, was no stranger to people staring. Sometimes it was curiosity. Other times it carried the heavy weight of prejudice. But today was special. He and his sisters were traveling to celebrate their mother's career milestone. She was about to become the youngest black female CEO of a major airline. Pride radiated through the family, their joy filling the air even before the plane took off. For Miles, this trip was meant to be carefree. He sat quietly in his seat, earbuds in, glancing at his sisters giggling over shared playlists. Passengers boarded, filling the cabin with chatter, luggage wheels, and the faint scent of coffee. Everything seemed ordinary until a shadow loomed over him. The flight attendant, face tight with suspicion, stopped in the aisle. Her eyes scanned him as if he were out of place. The ease of the moment shattered. Miles felt unease rising, unaware that his life was about to collide with an ugly truth many tried to ignore. The attendant leaned closer, her voice cutting through the hum of the engines. She accused Miles of being in the wrong seat, suggesting he had slipped into a premium spot without permission. Passengers turned to look, their eyes prying, some filled with quiet judgment. Heat flushed his cheeks. He showed his ticket, hands trembling, but she barely glanced at it before waving it off as if it meant nothing. His sisters protested, their voices shaking, but the attendant's tone grew sharper. She demanded he stand up. The humiliation clawed at him as whispers spread across the cabin. To strangers, it looked as if he had done something wrong, like he was guilty before even being heard. Miles felt anger rising, but forced himself to stay calm. He remembered his mother's lessons, dignity over reaction. Still, the pain was unbearable. Why him? Why always them? His sisters, sitting just a seat away, were spared the suspicion. It was him, singled out, exposed, treated as though he didn't belong. The attendant threatened to call security if he didn't comply. Miles froze, the weight of injustice pressing down. Would this become another viral video of a young black man dragged off a plane? His heart pounded. His sister's eyes filled with tears. Passengers shifted uncomfortably, some looking away, while others pulled out their phones, ready to record the scene. Then a voice rang out from the back of the plane, calm, powerful, and unmistakable. Their mother stood, her presence commanding silence. What the attendant didn't know was that the woman she had just humiliated was the CEO-to-be of the very airline she worked for. The cabin froze. Miles' mother walked down the aisle, her expression firm yet composed, every step radiating authority. She reached her son, placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder, and turned to the attendant. The woman's face drained of color as recognition set in. Passengers held their breath, phones tilted higher, capturing the unfolding drama. The mother asked one chilling question. "Is this how you treat your passengers? Or is this how you treat my son because he's black?" Silence swallowed the plane. The attendant stammered, fumbling for words, but none could erase the humiliation she had caused. The imbalance of power had flipped in an instant. The same woman who had reduced Miles to shame now stood small and powerless under the weight of accountability. In that charged moment, everyone knew the flight would not continue the same way it had begun. A reckoning was about to unfold. The airline issued an apology before the plane even landed, but the damage was already written in every witness's memory. The CEO's mother took swift action, ensuring her son's dignity was restored, and the employee responsible faced the consequences. For Miles, the scars of that moment lingered, not because of his mother's intervention, but because it reminded him how quickly the world could turn hostile without reason. Yet this story wasn't just his. It was a reflection of countless untold moments where silence prevailed. This time, silence was broken. Justice was visible, undeniable, unforgettable. As the family walked off the plane, passengers whispered not about the accusation, but about the strength and courage it took to confront it. The world was watching, and the question that lingers still: how many more young black men must endure humiliation before dignity is no longer questioned? Where are you watching from, your country and city? Take care.